Good afternoon. Welcome to the Midday Mull for Tuesday, the 27th of January. Today, a bit later than midday, but God's word is unchanging, so it doesn't really matter. With Robert Murray McShane, we read Acts chapter 27, discussing Paul's journey toward Rome. He's on a boat. They stop at a harbour which isn't ideal for overwintering in. And Paul suggests they should stay on because it's now getting too late in the year to sail. But the captain or the centurion looking after him listens to the boat's captain and pilot rather than Paul. And in verse 13, when a gentle south wind began to blow, they saw their opportunity. So they weighed anchor and sailed along the shore of Crete. Before very long, a wind of hurricane force called the northeaster swept down from the island. The ship was caught by the storm and could not head into the wind, so we gave way to it and were driven along. What had seemed like a good idea, gentle wind blowing, let's go. Wind gets stronger and stronger until it's a hurricane. Get driven by the wind and you can do nothing. They ended up throwing the cargo overboard. And eventually, if you read through the chapter, got shipwrecked on a beach somewhere. Luckily, all the people were saved, but everything else was lost. And as I read that, I thought, so often that's how life goes. There's a gentle wind blowing, and it looks like the opportunity is perfect. This is the time to do this. Let's get on and do it. We can make way, whatever it is we're thinking of doing. It looks like the opportunity is now. And so we take the opportunity, but we've no guarantees. We've no idea what the future holds. And sometimes often, things turn for the worse. And what we thought was a good idea turns out to be not such a good idea. And we're left carrying the consequences. And the wonderful thing about it is that in that, we're not abandoned by God. God looked after Paul and the entire crew and everyone on the boat. No one was lost. God was looking after them. And the second reading we have today is from Esther chapter 4, which has a similar kind of idea. The threat to the Jewish people has been announced. The edicts are issued. The Jews in the citadel of Susa are in mourning and weeping and fasting. Esther hears about this and contacts Mordecai, and he says, we need to do something. You're not going to get away, irrespective of the situation. And so he says to her, verse 14, Esther 4, for if you remain silent at this time, relief and deliverance for the Jews will come from some other place, but you and your father's family will perish. And who knows but that you have come to your royal position for such a time as this. You've got into this position precisely for moments like this. And for me, that's an encouragement. God knows what's going on. God knows what the situations are. God knows what the twists and turns are. And he can put the right people in place. He can put us into the right place so that when push comes to shove, we're in a position to do something. And so as we get caught up by the storms of life, we know that God is with us. And God will put the right people into the right place so that they can see us through and that we can have God take us, sometimes through a shipwreck, but take us to safety, that we will be saved. And so that to me is a great encouragement. So as you face life, whatever's going on, know that God's got you. God's got the right people there. We need to just trust in him and walk in his ways. And he will lead us forward. He is the Good Shepherd. Be blessed.